Are you ready to go over Week 3 DraftKings picks? Right after this. Here we go.
Oh shit.
Now welcome back everybody. Hope you guys had an amazing week 2. I didn't. It was terrible. But because of that, we're going to have a very special concentrate episode so we could get through all this with a straight face and not have to worry about injuries like we did last week. So Zen as Fuck has some delicious cards. This is the skunk and we're going to be doing a dab dart later of the runs to set us over the edge. But first, let's get into the QB we're going to use this week, and that's going to be Russell Wilson. Guys, let's just be real when we're watching Russell Wilson play football this year. He is on a mission to win the MVP. He's on a mission to win the Super Bowl, and I think he might just do that because what I'm watching is pretty amazing. He is in the zone, and with those wide receivers and Lockett and Metcalf, guys, I just don't expect him slowing down anytime soon. And going up against Dallas, who is Swiss cheese and lets people go for 500 yards, I expect another crazy day from Russell Wilson, and we're going to pair him with his awesome wide receiver, who we're going to talk about right after this. Now with the RBs, we're going to hit 3 of them this week, and 2 of them are because of injuries. And the first one we're going to talk about is Darrell Henderson with the Rams. He showed up last week. You had Akers go out with that rib thing. Mac Brown is injured, so the next guy up in the list is Darrell Henderson. And guys, he showed up to play ball. He's a legit RB1, and I really think this week he's going to show up. Unfortunately, it's against the Buffalo Bills defense, who has a great line. But he is a pass-catching running back, and I do think he's going to get those balls out of the backfield to supplement his rushing yards. So expect him to have another decent day and fall into the end zone. And the same goes for Jerick McKinnon at 4,900, who, guys, look, he's going to catch balls out of the backfield. There's no other running back but Jeff Wilson there, who's probably going to vulture a touchdown from him. But I really do expect him to get in the end zone, especially if Kittle stays out again this week, which he probably won't. But if he's back in, Jerick McKinnon catches balls out of the backfield. He's very versatile, and he can run. So expect a nice 15.4, and if he breaks out again, he might hit that 25 to 30 point ceiling. So nice little 4,900 grab there for Jerick McKinnon. And then we talk about the beast in Indianapolis that we talked about last week, Jonathan Taylor. Yes, Jonathan Taylor, you showed up, you did what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do it again this week. Why? Because you're a fucking beast. Let's be real, Jonathan Taylor, men amongst boys, he is the legit RB1 there, and he's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. So pay attention and watch out for Jonathan Taylor by end of season. I think he might be entitled for that rushing title. It's going to be close. So make sure you target Jonathan Taylor in all your lineups this week. I know he's a little expensive at 7,000, but that's okay. We're going to make up for it with those running backs and the tight end we're going to talk about in a little bit. But first, those wide receivers. Got to get more Zen first. Namaste, bitches. And now it's wide receiver time. And the first guy we're going to talk about is DK Metcalf. We talked about pairing Russell Wilson with his wide receiver, and it's not going to be Lockett. It's going to be Metcalf because he's missed 100 yards by a few yards twice already. I think he gets over 100. He gets into the end zone. He's a big 30-point guy this week. He's going to have his big blow-up week like we've all expected this week against the Cowboys, who I think it's going to be a major shootout. So make sure you're targeting him. He's only $6,500. So a guy that has a big potential blow-up opportunity for $6,500, yes please and thank you. And another guy we're going to talk about that's kind of been blowing up week in and week out is Robbie Anderson. We talked about him in the draft special. They have to throw to keep up because their defense is garbage. And now they have the Chargers, who I think is going to be the same situation. They have great corners, but Robbie Anderson is a deep ball away every game from a huge game. He puts up about 20 points on average, so I think his floor is pretty much set at 18 to 20 points, and if he gets that big ball, expect that 30. So let's throw Robbie Anderson in the lineup at only $5,200. I think that's going to save us a little money, and then we're going to throw in the F1 McLaren in Washington. He is solid as fuck. He is the number one there. The Browns just aren't the team we thought they were going to be. So I expect McLaren to have another huge game. He's been having nice weeks so far. This could be his blow-up week to show up and show everybody what he really is. And with nobody else there but Logan Thomas, I really do think he's got the apple for Haskins' eye, and that's really all that's going to happen over there for the next couple weeks. It's going to be a McLaren show. So get yourself some stocks in him this week. And lastly, on the offensive side, let's talk about that tight end right after this. So if you ever wanted to think about what LeBron James looked like playing football, why don't you go over to Indianapolis and watch Mo Alley Cox play? Because that guy is ridiculous. He's pretty much the same size as stature, and you could just throw the ball up to him and he's coming down with it every time. He's going to have a breakout week again like he did last week. Phil Rivers loves his tight end. I mean, loves his tight ends. So Mo Alley Cox, only at $3,800, should be locked in everyone's lineup. You're going to save yourself a lot of money that way and expect another huge week out of Mo. And lastly, defense time, folks. And finally, that defense. And who are we going with this week? The Steelers. Because what did we say about Houston last week? They're not that good. And Deshaun Watson is not that great. Yes, he's a beast. We saw him shake off a few tackles and he keeps the play alive, but with nobody to throw to, I mean, Will Fuller had one target. It was a tragic game. David Johnson is not the guy we thought he was going to be over there. So look, I really will follow Houston around this year and look at those defenses he's playing. And lock in the Steelers this week. They're a pretty solid defense, and I think they're going to show up again this week against Houston and really put on a shit show for them. So make sure you get them in your lineup, and should round out the lineup for the week. I hope you guys copy it. Last week I had a few other lineups that hit. The one I shared with you guys did not because of all the injuries. It did well, but the injuries fucking killed it. So good luck to you guys this week. I hope the money is with you, and let's take a dab to get on out of here. Now that I mentioned earlier we are doing some of this Runts Dab Darts, guys, you got to check this out. Look at this.
Isn't that just special?
Start whizzing the juice cruster, buddy. Now again, we're going to be using the torch from Yoken. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, you really need to. It's absolutely incredible. Play and die. Oh, it's so flavorful. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of you out there. And if you haven't checked out my new website yet, please go over there today. Check it out, GoStoner.com. We have some really cool stuff over there, new merch, and all my videos are sitting over there now too. Sign up for the Hotboxing newsletter. We got some great deals and we're gonna be putting stuff out over there. And I have a giveaway we're gonna be announcing really soon. So stay tuned for all that great stuff over on the website. Thank you guys in advance for going over there and check it out. I really appreciate it. If you have already, comment below, let me know what you think. And please keep doing what you're doing for the community. Fucking vote, stay beautiful, and most importantly, stay lit.